Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now getting closer to March 1st, which is the very day that The Mandalorian Season 3 debuts on Disney+. That's really going to kickstart Jon and Dave's journey and their new adventure with this new Star Wars universe. That's really going to reset how they handle the Star Wars franchise, given that Jon and Dave now have full control over the Star Wars universe, except for Acolyte and Skeleton Crew by Kathleen Kennedy. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future Star Wars updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, we know that everything related to shows that are up and coming like Ahsoka, Mando 3, Skeleton Crew, and all the like are getting ready to actually head into the final phases. We already know that Mando 3 is done. Ahsoka is getting close to the final phase of post-production as well. Well, Skeleton Crew is on and off. They're in post, but they're also doing reshoots. So this year is a very complex year because you're going to have a lot of gaps in between, and some marketing is going to be a little bit standoffish with Skeleton Crew because that's been having a lot of problems, but the highlight of this year, without a doubt, will be the Ahsoka Tano series. That's going to be the big deal, and that's because it's more related to the mythical side of Star Wars, something that the fans really love and cherish. I'm not saying that Mando 3 is a downer or anything like that, but it's just different. I think that a lot of fans love that mystical stuff. So overall, what's even all the more exciting is about what actor Hayden Christensen recently did and what he actually was allowing Disney, Jon, and Dave to do, and this is all because of what he convinced them all to do. Something very special for the fans, something that fans are going to rave about. Now, let's get into it. Now, with Hayden Christensen now involved in over 8 Star Wars projects in both live action and animated form, he will be making his appearance again this year in Star Wars Ahsoka, followed up with The Mandalorian Season 4 next year. However, recently Hayden did something very special for the fans by getting Disney to do something substantial for the fandom. Now, it's noted that Hayden recently talked the Disney higher-ups and even Jon and Dave into bringing back the character of Padme Amidala in one of the upcoming mystery Star Wars projects. Now, further, it's described that Hayden actually convinced Jon and Dave to bring back Padme Amidala to be portrayed by actress Natalie Portman, again in a very unexpected type of role for the series that's already in the early development phase that will be announced later this year. Now, Hayden also got Jon and Dave to bring Natalie back for Ahsoka Season 2 that is going to be a big part of the world between worlds and other types of unique material that fans have never seen before. So let me just stop right here for 1 second. Now, we know that everything related to the world between worlds is that it's going to have a lot of possibilities, alright? You are going to see the realm of the WBW appearing multiple times in Season 1, and also even bigger in Season 2. Some fans may not like this, I will be honest. Some fans may not like the whole time travel or going through portals and stuff like that. However, Dave Filoni finds a way. He always finds a way to regulate things. What's too much, what's too little. He always likes to seek what's in between. And that's why he's applying these ground rules with the WBW. You can do certain things, but you can't do others. And the prime example of that will be showcased in the first season of what these rules are going to be like in the WBW. Now, moving on to the next big thing here, we know that everything related to the whole series of shows that Hayden's going to be involved in, this is because he has a multi-show contract deal. I don't know if you guys have been out of the loop, but he does have a multi-show contract deal. It goes well beyond Kenobi Season 1, or just the Kenobi series, and also the upcoming soft reboot of the Kenobi show, which is also in the early stages. So we know that there's a lot of things at hand, and how Hayden was, really a good sport. I mean, he really was able to kind of deal with Disney's controversial aspects of the Kenobi series, and he was able to reach out to Disney, convince them that, we should do this, this, and that in the Ahsoka Season 2 series and in other mystery Star Wars shows, and even convinced Jon and Dave to do this whole thing with Padme Amidala and bringing Natalie Portman back to portray the role in very unique and unexpected ways. So that brings us to the next big thing here about Hayden Christensen, who, by the way, I think really needs to be in the limelight a lot more, and thankfully he's getting that. So, further, Natalie has already, of course, been contacted to make her return in the universe. Hayden also convinced Jon and Dave to tell more personal stories of Darth Vader that will be explored in Ahsoka Season 2 in the form of flashbacks that will show a side of Vader that fans have never seen before in live action. Now, Jon and Dave have already, of course, been planning on exploring more aspects of Vader's castle. This, too, was an idea that was sparked by Hayden onto, of course, Jon and Dave, and it's moving ahead into the process. So, not only are we getting Padme Amidala in some upcoming mystery series, including the second season of Ahsoka, but we're also getting a lot of other personal side stories of Vader and more aspects of his castle in upcoming Star Wars shows, including Ahsoka Season 2. So, this is a big deal. I kind of like how Hayden here is really convincing Jon and Dave to do this or to do that. And you know why? Hayden loves the fans. He genuinely loves the fans. He likes to speak for the fans, and yeah, he's kind of a quiet and reserved guy. I mean, we all know that. But at the end of the day, Hayden really he really likes the fandom, and I really respect that. I do. Now, as much as I love Harrison Ford as an actor, he is really standoffish with the fandom, which is why a lot of fans, aren't too enthusiastic when he talks about Han Solo and stuff like that. He always says bad things about his role. But overall, guys, like I say, I think that Hayden is a very good addition to kind of convincing Jon and Dave to do certain things. Mark Hamill, by the way, did something similar with Mando Season 2 and Season 4 for the roles of Luke, and how he was going to appear in all these actual moments. And believe it or not, Mark Hamill's son Nathan Hamill also got Jon and Dave to do certain things in this upcoming, universe of Star Wars shows and upcoming films as well. So I think that we're on a great ride right now. I think that this is going to be the golden age, with the exception of the Acolyte series not being a very good thrill, in my opinion. It's going to be a big mess. Everything else, apart from that and Skeleton Crew, I think is going to be a breeze. I think it's going to be smooth sailing. A lot of fans are going to be reunited. They're going to love what's coming. And you know what? That's just not out of desperation to kind of get the fandom together. I genuinely believe that Jon and Dave are going to really knock it out of the park with Mando 3 and Ahsoka. I could just feel it. I can tell what they're doing. You can see in the trailers the way things are presented. It's just very well marketed stuff. So overall, guys, like I say, fill me in below in the comments what you guys have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.